Hey, I'm Sean Drake with Arry's Roofing. We're here in Sarasota, and I'm going to go through what we look for in a roofing inspection. What we want to do is we want to walk around the house first. This way we can look at and see all the different flashings and how the flashing looks, how the fascia looks, how the soffit looks. We have one that's solid and one that's like a vinyl soffit. In this house in particular, you have a big pool cage, so we need to look at that tie-in where the pool cage ties into the fascia. It's really important because it's not cheap to support these pool cages. We're looking around as you look at this tie-in where this gutter's here, and you can see some brown staining. You can even see where someone tried to do a repair here. It's leaking again. So when we get up on the roof, we're gonna be looking at these details up on the flat roof here. It's a pretty straightforward roof. It's one story. It's about a 3/4/12 pitch. You can see they did a little bit of a kind of modification on the flat roof here to try to slope it. We're always looking for access as well. For the crews, we need to make sure that the access is available and just make notes for everything happening. Maybe there's pets on the property. We always want to notate that. You know, when you're looking around the perimeter of the house, you're looking at things, chairs, furniture, AC units, pool pumps. Roofing is not, you know, the easiest and prettiest thing. We got to remove this whole roofing system down to the roofing deck, and it's going to be a disaster. So, you know, the most important thing is when you're hiring Arry's Roofing, this is what we get compliments about, is like taking care of all the property, tarping things, cleaning up at the end of the day, making your house presentable each day. It's documented so then the crews know exactly what we need them to do. Driveways are a big deal. You know, and we don't install driveways, so, you know, who knows if it was done properly or not. A lot of times, you know, you're going to get a new driveway in, they want to put in, you know, the minimum of concrete, so when a truck comes on here, you know, you have a lot of cracking. Look at this driveway here, for instance. There's a lot of cracking here. So we need to document that, take a photo. So let's get on top of the roof. Just looking at it, and automatically we see a nail that was installed too low. You see a repair on the hip. Here we have an aluminum ridge vent. You know, they're kind of outdated. We use like a Ridge Runner or Cobra 3 ridge vent that has the fasteners hidden underneath them. These, you can see they're fastened all here. And what happens with this, when you have exposed fasteners, even with like metal roofing systems, they have an exposed fastener with a rubber grommet on it. The rubber grommet rots out and then it leaks. So every like 10 years, you have to replace all those fasteners on a exposed metal panel. If we look at this flat roof here, we can see that there was a repair done here because you can see the tie-in, the shingle's more vibrant. Over there you see they did like a weird detail. Here you can see how it just kind of comes down, and that's what we're gonna have to modify. That section over there, we're gonna modify it to do the same kind of detail where you have a little bit of a wall flashing here, and we're gonna have to make a little wall flashing over there, but it's gonna look really nice and beautiful when we're done. Other things that we have to, you know, count for is the vents and the pipe boots, and we need to make sure we get a count. And so this one's 4 inches, 2 inches, and then we got to get a count. So we count that, and we got to use that for our material order sheets. Looking around this house too, you know, not every roof needs to be redone. So when we're going out there, some people think they need a new roof, or they, you know, maybe they get an insurance person out there. You need to dive into every situation different. And we look for, you know, we're trying to save people money and give people, you know, the most value for what they're spending. This roof is not leaking. So maybe this customer doesn't have the money to replace their roof right now, and we could do roof maintenance. And you can see this tree here is just throwing sap and stuff all over this roof. The pine needles are getting in the gutters. Within our roof maintenance, we clean out the gutters, we inspect the roof, give you a documented maintenance report, and then you're gonna be covered and understand what your roof looks like.